Okay, and here we are, ready to start Final Fantasy II. The Pixel Remaster once again. Um, this is one that I might have a bit harder time with than the first one, because didn't get to play it as much, because this, as well as Final Fantasy III, didn't get released on the NES the first time around. We didn't get Final Fantasy II until I think it was 2003 when it came out on the PlayStation as part of the Final Fantasy Origins collection, where it was paired with Final Fantasy 1. 3 we didn't get until it was released for the DS as a 3D remake of it. So it'll be interesting to see the Pixel Remaster of Final Fantasy 3, where it finally goes back to like 2D and everything. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with Final Fantasy 2. Okay, we'll go ahead and you can change the here the main characters have canon names, so we're just gonna go ahead and start. You've heard from people describe this one as pain. It can be pretty painful, yes. I would tend to agree. It has a weird level up system, and I'll explain that later. And it has a pretty high difficulty curve too. A long-lived peace. Is at an end. I rather like this intro. The Emperor of Palamecia has called forth monsters and begun his campaign for world conquest. A rebel army arose in the kingdom of Fynn to thwart the... Dude, let me read it first. But the rebels' castle fell to an all-out assault by the Empire. Left with little choice, the rebels withdrew to the remote town of Altair. Four youths from Fynn also found themselves fleeing the Imperial forces. They'd lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, but their escape wasn't over. Okay, thrust right into a battle. And yeah, they pretty much murder the shit out of you. It's pretty much impossible to win that. Will he live? He will. I sense a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. We found him like this on the escape from Fynn, fallen from terrible wounds. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. The sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let them rest now. Of course. We'd best be off to the meeting. I imagine they're already waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Bavsk, their attack will begin in earnest. We cannot sit idly by and watch. We must act. Where am I? Leon? Maria? Guy? Where are you? Okay. Here's Maria and Guy. Varian, you're alive! I thought you'd... I'm fine, Maria. You seem alright too, Guy, but wait, where's Leon? Princess of Finn, save us. Oh, does Guy still speak in, caveman talk? But Leon not here. I see. Don't worry, I'm sure he's okay. Oh, more like... Okay. No, more like Gunta speak. So you've regained your strength. Very good. Your life force is strong indeed. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, Your Highness, but there's something I must ask of you. Please let us join the rebel army. Let us to join the rebel army. I can never allow such a thing. You know nothing of battle. You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. But we have no homes. Not anymore. The Imperials attacked, and our parents... I am truly sorry, but that changes nothing. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. The password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. Now, this is an interesting thing that was only in this game, and in none of the others, was this keyword system. That, when prompted to, you can speak like different keywords to people to initiate things and move the plot along further. Only other game I saw something like this in was Shadowrun for the SNES. It used a similar system. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. It represents our hope for a flourishing future of strength and beauty. But what will become of Finn now? I've heard the Empire's captives suffer there in the confinement, even as we speak. Maria, your brother, Leon, is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Finn as well. But Finn is far too dangerous to travel to now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. The man at my right is Minwu, the White Wizard who tended your wounds. Speak with him before you leave. He may be of some assistance. She has nothing else to say. I see your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Finn. That is the first step toward realizing your fate. You wasted no time using the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of value by listening. I offer you one bit of advice before you depart for Finn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at the Sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Finn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. The port of Paloom lies not far east of here, but a lake separates us, so you won't be able to reach the town without a canoe. Heading to Finn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city's crawling with the Empire's monsters. To the north lies a small village called Yatria. Judging by the look of you, you'd be lucky to make it that far. Before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit the room with the sigil that saved your life. There you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're going to need all the advice they can spare. Okay, tutorial, guys. This is the Rebel Army's war room. He says the same thing. This is the King's bedchamber. His Majesty was grievously wounded in the flight from Finn. He's resting here for some time now. He says the same thing. An arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. Perhaps I really have grown old. My daughter Hilda now serves as regent. You should speak with her. Seems empty. You're in the rebel hideout in the town of Altair. Gordon, the Prince of Kashwan, is hiding out here in Altair. I don't know what happened, but something has made him lose faith in himself. Got us a potion. Princess Hilda fled here when Finn was sacked. She's doing a remarkable job of leading the rebel army while His Majesty recovers. I'm Paul, greatest thief in all the world. They've yet to invent the loot I can't burgle or steal. The Imperial coffers have kept my purse fat with gil lately. I never steal from the rebels, you can be sure of that. My home was in Fynn too. I can't even go home now that the Empire has occupied the city. This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't been deployed this far out yet. I suppose it's only a matter of time, though. Okay, there's our inn. Okay, item shops. Cross removes curse. Mallet cures amnesia. Maiden's kiss, gold needle. Those cost a lot. Okay. And I see we start with 400 gil. Towns. My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashwan. Now I'm nothing but a coward. When my brother Scott fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here. So you've asked to take up arms in the struggle. I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked her. I've been stalling here. I'm just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. Yeah, the guy is feeling really depressed. Paul's a skilled thief, but don't worry, you can trust him. He only steals from the Imperials. Okay, this is one of those aforementioned sanctuaries. You can come here to revive any fallen party members. Okay, there's the magic shop. Weapon shop. Tobal, the fellow over in the weapon shop, is one fine blacksmith. I think something's been bothering him lately, though. What do you want with me? I'm just an old man. The geezer act is just a cover. My name's Tobal, and I'm the best darn blacksmith in the rebel army. What can I do for you? Stab. Okay, now technically... Now here's one thing, is... Pretty much anybody can equip any weapon. And the more they use it, the more proficient they become in it. Let me see, what's... Furion has a broadsword. Maria has a bow. Guy has an axe, which is, I think, usually I tend to stick with that setup, rather than try to change it up. I think if we look at their status... Yeah, if you look on the right, it'll tell you, like, it'll give their proficiency with each different weapon type. I see it also puts Maria in the back row by default, which, again, since we gave her a bow, that's probably for the better. Let's see what armor we can get. I'll buy a leather cap for all three of them, and leather gloves. I can't give the buckler to Maria since the bow is two-handed. Guy, I might actually have him dual wield. They really give you a lot of room to pretty much customize your party as you see fit in this one. And once we get into the start doing battles, there's another major factor I'll tell you about that comes into play then. See what the magic shop has to offer. Okay, once again, anybody can use any spell. And rather than having like the tiered system of like in the case of fire, Fiera, Firaga, rather than it doing that, once again, the more you cast spells, the stronger they get, essentially. I only have enough for one Cure Tome at the moment. Although I had an extra of each of these weapons, so sell those. Buy a fire tome. Okay. Now, out here on the world map, we're definitely... Finn is to the north of here, but we're going to want to do quite a bit of grinding first. This game is a bit grind heavy, and has like I said, a very different way of like leveling up, raising your stats and whatnot than most other games in the series do. Basically, the more you do something, the better you're at it. So let's say the more you use physical attacks, your physical attack power goes up. The more you get hit, the more your HP and defense go up. Yeah, like right there. Like I said, it wasn't used much in the rest of the series, but its sister series, Saga, would end up picking up that mechanic and using that mostly in that series. As you can see, they start out pretty sucky in their proficiencies. Yeah, see, their weapon proficiency's leveled up. Yeah, using magic causes magic and MP to go up. Hornets. Note the airship that flies by every so often. Buy another tome. So I'm afraid the first part of this is probably going to be a bit on the boring side, as it is going to be me just trying to grind as much as I can before we head up to Finn. Nothing, guy's poison now. Okay, but they don't... At least poison goes away after battle in this one. Oh, yes, and it can also wear off by itself, I think. This game's also a bit more open-worlded than most. I mean, it's very possible to suddenly cross into an area where there's enemies much stronger than you. Here's the aforementioned town of Gatria. This is the village of Gatria. Finn's just over there across the lake, see? Hey, isn't this the town we saw get razed in that opening cutscene? Gatria and Altair haven't fallen into the clutches of the Empire yet. But once the Dreadnought is complete, nothing will be able to stop the Empire. The Imperial forces have occupied Castle Finn. The gates are drawn and no one can enter. And with Imperial troops and monsters roaming the streets, the city isn't any better off. There's a pub just on the outskirts of Finn. When the Empire invaded, the barkeeper didn't make it out in time. They say he's still working there, pouring drinks for the Imperials. Here's the sanctuary here. Stuff here is the same as in Altair. I might have already had some. I think I already sold the one that I had. Didn't realize Maria didn't have one. Oh yeah, and once again, better not forget to save. bunch of you guys now. Getting magic leveled up is an especially tedious task. Here's definitely something I'm going to want everyone to have. Oh, I guess we can't go back here for a free heal. Yeah, and I guess those guys are all pretty much, again, tutorial. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The way the inns work is different, too. Basically, it costs one gil for every hit point that needs to be healed, is the way they work now. Again, very... honestly, kind of stupid way of doing it. Helps the save scum in this as you get desirable stat growths. Wait. I think I just went in a circle. Love it when enemies attack us just to run away. Alright, we're in the town of Finn. You want to avoid those troops at all cost. It's just as we heard. The city's crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful. Make sure not to get too close. So again, you'll be... Oh, and we still have random encounters in here. Forgot about that. Yeah, if we approach any of those troops, we'll be forced into pretty much an unwinnable battle. Want to do is sneak around this way. Alright, into the bar over here. Oh god. Yeah, a lot of troops in here too. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. These Imperials are as ill-bred as they come. Oh, you're with the rebels. You'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier back there. Go see if you can help him. What am I gonna do? I've had it with this place. You guys can take it from here. Don't let us down. He finally makes a run for it, and I guess they just let him. Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. So, you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name is Scott. I'm a Prince of Kashwan. Prince Scott, we were told you fell in battle. Thank goodness you're alive. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell my brother, Gordon. Tell him I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in himself. I also have a message for the king. Tell him the reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Borgen betrayed us. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There's one more thing. Tell Hilda that I love her. No, don't deliver that last message. The confessions of a dying man. They would only bring her pain. My brother Leon, have you heard of him? I'm sorry, but I have not. I wish I could be of more help. Here, I want you to take my ring. I'm sure it'll be of use. Maybe it's all this talking, but I've grown extremely tired. If you'll excuse me, I just need to rest, just for a little while. Yay! Okay with that. There's just potions in here. And I think... yeah. Then we just need to head back to Altair. Ooh, okay. Looks like Thunder leveled up. So it's going to be stronger, but the drawback is it now costs 2 MP to cast instead of 1. And I feel like it feels a lot harder to get my MP up in this one than it is to get, like, say, HP up. No matter how much spell casting I do. Seriously? Okay, let's head back and... tell Hilda about what we found out. Show her the ring. That ring belonged to Scott. Is he alive? He gave us this ring in Finn, just before he lost the last of his strength. By the way, I guess I just have to point out, I like that Finn's not a silent protagonist in this. Did he say anything? No, nothing. Your Highness, please. The ring belongs with you. No, keep it. It suits a personage of courage. You infiltrated Finn and returned to tell the tale. You've proven yourselves quite capable. It would seem I underestimated your strength. I would have you lend that strength to our cause. There's a magical metal known as mithril, and we need strong warriors if we're to obtain it. We lost Finn because we were ill-equipped. The Empire fought with weapons and armor made of mithril. I've charged Joseph, a man living in Salaman, with the task of finding a source of mithril. I do not know the cause, but we've been out of contact with him for some time now. Would you go with Minwu to Salaman to look into this? Okay. I heard Her Highness's words and have waited here for you since. To reach Salaman, we must first pass through the fort town of Paloom. Take my canoe and let us be on our way. Okay, Minwu joined our party. And got the canoe. Okay, so Minwu is quite a bit ahead of us, and check out his magic. Very nice. We can talk to the king again. So we've lost Scott as well. He had proposed to Hilda, you know. Now he'll never hear her answer. I always thought he'd make a fine husband for her. Our crest has been trampled underfoot by the Imperial Army. To think we could be so easily defeated. What's this? Borgin betrayed us? And then we did not fall to the sword, but to the corrupt hearts of men. We believe mithril was in common use long ago. Or was in common use once long ago. Some surviving records indicate mithril was mined in the north, near Summit Falls. Let's see. Okay, before we continue onward, though, let me take one last break, and when we come back, I'm not sure how far we'll make it, but we'll see. So I'll see you in a few minutes.